What's going on, everybody? Happy Thursday night. Welcome to Pop Force 1. I feel like I haven't been on in like 2 weeks because we missed last week with New York Comic Con, but we are back. I got another amazing guest waiting for me backstage. We have another member who's not as dedicated who will be joining us later in the stream this evening. No worries. Professor Josh is just dealing with some issues right now, so he'll be joining us shortly. But guys, we got some great people in the chat. What's going on, Norway? Brian, huge shout out to Cross Saved. I literally just got done filming the final clip of the next vlog that's going to be dropping on the channel, and we just cracked open your extremely generous box for Toys for Tots. So thank you so much, Brian. Just wanted to shout you out, of course. Gerald is here. Gerald, I'm so glad you're here, man. Thank you so much for coming out. Always means a lot. Rob is in the building. Yes, Gerald, we do need to talk later. 100%. Yes, we have to square up. Sheila's in the house. What's up, Sheila? Jeremy is here. Matthew is here. Josh is never late. Actually, to Josh's credit, he has the best PFO attendance record out of all of us. So out of all of us, he definitely deserves a pass. What's going on? Shooting Star is here. David is here. Yeah, no, thank you guys so much. The amount of stuff that we've gotten in over the last week or so for Toys for Tots has absolutely been insane. So you guys will see all of it. We filmed every single unboxing, so you guys will see every single item. So Martin says, I couldn't find you guys at New York Comic Con. It was insane. There were so many people there. I'm really sorry that we were not able to see you as well, but don't feel bad whatsoever. We tried to hang around the Funko booth as much as we could, but it was ridiculous, guys. Like the amount of people that were there. It was a record year for New York Comic Con, which is very good for the con, but very bad for everybody else trying to move around and find people. There were some other content creators that we were trying to find that we ended up not being able to see. So Emily's in the house. Jeff is here. I also need to shout out, I saw somebody signed up for our channel memberships right at the start of the show. Shut up. I can't see it anymore, but I wanted to thank somebody. Somebody just signed up as a channel member just before the stream went live. So I can't see that person's name at the moment for whatever reason, but thank you to that person. We got to hear about New York Comic Con. Yeah, we're going to talk, I'm sure, all about the recap of the con and everything. Catfish Billy is here. Mr. Funko Pop. What is going on? Mr. Funko Pops. Buckeye Dad is here. Sam is here. My Funko order will be delivered on Saturday, so hopefully either Freddy or Stitch will be a chase. I'm hoping for both. How about both is going to be a chase? Actually, if you guys didn't see Pop and Duos, one of their most recent videos, they pulled a double chase, and I was pretty fired up for them. Yes, we will be talking about New York Comic Con 100%. Mr. Venom is here. Pipsqueak is here. Susan is here. Yeah, I want to hear everything about how everybody else's experience with New York Comic Con was. Yamil is here. Jonathan is here. Top of the morning to you as well. Thank you. I did finally get a haircut today. This was meant to be my pre-New York Comic Con haircut, but that's just how crazy things have been. So, all right, guys, without further ado, we are going to bring on the other critical member standing by in the queue for this evening. Please help me welcome the one, the only Vince from the Pop and Duo. Hello.
Oh, me? You said critical member. I thought we were bringing somebody else on.
I'm here, just not on screen.
Oh,
there you
critical
go.
member.
There you go. There's the critical.
What's up, everyone?
How are you doing, Vince? How was your so this is the post game. How was your NYCC experience? And I want to hear Bree as well.
Okay, so first off, Oigan, thank you for the package that you sent. We opened it tonight. Now we got a stomach ache.
Thank you.
So I had way too much candy. How did NYCC went a little too smooth for my liking? Don't you feel? You know what I mean?
Nothing about it was smooth on our end, so I'm
glad
that
you probably had a completely different experience than me.
Well,
but me,
I will say it was impressive that we were able to order boxes. I was worried that the boxes were going to sell out because of how much hype there was at the physical event.
Yeah, but I felt like that last year. I felt like the hype at the event was more heightened. You know what I mean? It felt different. It really is. If you guys can ever get to any of the big cons, like it is super fun. I really felt like we missed out this year. And me and Brie were talking about it a little after. If there was there was just no chance for us this year, but I felt like I missed out. I kind of wish we would have been there. I could have been your camera guy again.
No,
That
absolutely not.
experience
No.
of nobody knowing who I was and asking for me to hold the phone and take pictures for you.
Well, if you really want to feel inadequate, I honest to God think more people recognized Joanna than they recognized me, because there was
I
people
believe
running up
that.
to her. Yeah, there was people that were so kind. They were asking about Joanna's foot, like they're worried about her well-being, and I was just truly blown away by that. So it was crazy. But Jetman here, he's been a member for 12 months. Thank you so much, Sam. And then Dr. John clocking in at 13 months. Thank you, Dr. John. I appreciate you.
13 months.
No, it was crazy. Honestly, that was the only bummer for us of the con, was like not having you and Josh there, because that would have been a lot of fun. But Friday was the least. I mean, we only went Thursday and Friday, but it was tough.
It had to be
awesome.
crazy.
Yeah, it was awesome getting to see so many people, but it was frustrating, like just the fact that you couldn't move around very well.
Yeah, I when I was thinking back to last year, really, like you're supposed to still wear masks last year. And this is what I kind of told Brie as well. Like, I feel like this year was the first year probably that things felt like normal. And I think more people probably than ever. I could only imagine the craziness. And like I said, I felt like I kind of missed out. I heard that it looked like a lot of people had a great time there.
I was surprised. I mean, I felt like going into it, there wasn't a lot of hype for some of the items, and I was really surprised. I mean, everybody was, going nuts for Luffy, of course. Everybody was going
surprised
nuts.
That there was no hype about the pops?
No, I'm saying I'm surprised there was so much hype for some of the pops. Like,
surprised that there was hype. Okay.
Yeah. So, like, obviously there was a hype and excitement for like Luffy and the Blacklight Freddy that was limited to 1,000 pieces. I actually wanted to get that one at the con, but I almost like fell down when I saw what people were asking for it.
Oh, I could imagine.
Like, it's a cool pop and I really want it, but I was like, I'm not going to pay $600 today for that.
That sounds about what they would charge.
Yeah, exactly. My favorite pop of NYCC. I got to give a huge shout out to Popo Razzie. Some of you guys may know him from Instagram and TikTok. He was kind enough. He got, I would say, our most desired item from the con. He got the con sticker of the McNugget for us, which was super kind of him. So
nice.
Yeah, he stood in line for his time slot and he texted us and asked us what we wanted, and we were just blown away that he was able to do that for us. But Matthew coming in with the super chat. Alaska Farmer in the house. Thank you, Matthew. I truly appreciate that.
Fist bump. An air bump.
We'll take it. Fist bump, air bump. We'll take it. Hey, Josh is here. Different Josh. What's going on, Papa Ghosts? Opened my box today in a video. One pop had a small imperfection on the top of the box, but overall I'm happy with mine. Now, we have not received, I see a lot of people saying in the chat they have not received any of their New York Comic Con stuff. Have you guys gotten anything?
No, new NYCC stuff, none. We've got I believe our heavy metal box is coming in tomorrow.
Oh, nice. How many did you guys get?
How many did we get? I think we got 2 or 3.
Okay.
Actually, what did you get? You got Sid. We got Sid Fishes. We got Jack Carver, and then I think we went back in and got another one. Phil.
We have 3.
We might have got 3. I think we did get 3. Now that I'm saying this stuff out loud, I think we got 3 coming.
Nice.
I was excited by even before the releases. I was looking forward to those boxes. I like the stuff. I don't like the reuse of all the molds, and we talked about that a little bit last week. But
so Joanna, she showed me her phone. She's like, "You got to look at this. It was just revealed." I am so hyped. I have to have that 500 piece Freddy Monster Blacklight soda, and then I'm super hyped for the. Joanna really wants it. The 500 piece Blacklight pop. We are really hoping to pull that. So we ordered.
I'm hoping for the sound.
A lot of boxes.
I'll take either Soundwave. I
Oh,
don't.
the
I don't care.
Soundwave is cool too. Yeah, the Soundwave is awesome. So, yeah, I think there's 2 mascots, right? I think Jack and Phil sold out, but I think there's 2 that are still up, from what I heard.
Yeah, which is
I
kind
heard.
of. I mean, I don't know. I don't know. Did you? I didn't think. I was not surprised they didn't sell out the first day. I wasn't surprised they didn't sell out the second day. Honestly, I'm kind of surprised they're not all sold out by now, though.
I'm surprised they're not all sold out with the reveal of 500-piece items.
That's what I'm saying. That seems a little bit. That's what kind of blew me away. That one. You know what though? Listen, I'm saying that the 500-piece items. There's only a couple, right?
Right. There's only a couple, and they're all Freddy's, right?
And are they Freddy's that everybody wants? I'm not saying that people don't love Transformers, but I don't feel like the Transformers are like crazy. I mean, you think of Optimus Prime, the Optimus Prime 500 piece is still several $100s. I know I don't own that one, so
yeah,
I would think Soundwave is going to be somewhere in that area.
Well,
Yeah,
I think there would be more desire to buy them if there wasn't because there's like a 500-piece metallic Soundwave, and then there's like a 3,500-piece non-metallic, where I feel like most people are just happy to get either. If the only way to get the Soundwave was just the 500-piece one, then I feel like it would be a different story.
Yeah, that I totally agree with, because I'm in that camp. I'll take either. I could care less, really.
Yeah. So Landon, yes, we did go to New York Comic Con. We went Thursday and Friday. I can only imagine how crazy Saturday was. However, Joanna and I did notice, and I think we're going to be altering our New York Comic Con plans for next year. It looked like Sunday was actually very slow. So I'm thinking we might go maybe Thursday, Friday, and Sunday next year. Definitely not Saturday. Never going Saturday.
Did you guys stay in the city the whole weekend, or did you guys cut out on Friday?
No, we cut out Saturday morning. Well, just because I had to be back at work. So
yeah,
my work schedule was really, really tight, unfortunately. But yeah, Joanna did a great job. We had a hotel that was even closer than last year, which was really nice. Because if we had to go back to the hotel for bathroom or snack break,
yeah, ours was great last year.
Yeah, you guys had a good one too.
Yeah.
And I know there was a bunch of people that we said hi to at the con. So thank you to everybody who came up to us. We took a lot of pictures, which was great. I had a couple of people ask me for my autograph, which was extremely humbling. So thank you guys so much. Like, it truly means the world. And interestingly enough, the people that came up to us, the general consensus was, I thought it was really interesting, was that people were saying their favorite part about our channel was actually like the 1 or 2 things that are not Funko related. People were saying they love the food and they love Monday Motivation. And I was like, those
really?
are not even Funko related. So, I was surprised by that. But there were people asking about you. Several people were asking.
I don't believe now. I feel like you're lying. I believe that they were talking about the food. I don't believe that they're.
No, honest to God, there were people that were looking for you and Professor Josh because we had all gone last year. And then at one point we were with Jim from Rock and Roll, if you guys remember him, and people saw the 2 of us, and then they were looking for you guys. So they were looking for the 4 of us. So yeah, people were definitely asking about you guys. They said a lot of nice things about your channel and Josh and Shannon. So the community really came out strong, and it was, I wish you guys were there. So hopefully next year.
It sounded fun.
Gerald said, I got my human Inuyasha today and Lorder them the same day. Okay, interesting.
I would say nice. Ordered.
And ordered them the same day. Okay, that makes sense. Makes sense. John, what's going on? Much love from the Philippines. Thank you so much for tuning in.
Welcome in.
Landon got his first Funko Soda Chase today.
Landon, which one?
Yeah, you got to tell us.
You can't just say I got the first one. You got to tell us which one.
Oh, but the pops. So going back to like the pops and the hype and everything, I was really shocked that there was so much hype for Darth Maul. Like,
John, I told you that thing. I thought it was one of the best. It's one of the best malls in the last couple of years.
Yeah.
No, yes, there's too many Darth Mauls. I'm not disagreeing with that, but I thought that was. I'm not surprised. One I'm looking forward to.
I was really surprised. Like, people were asking. I guess it sold out pretty quick. There were some other things that sold out pretty quick at the booth, but I mean, they only put out limited stock each day because they have to spread it out throughout the weekend.
Yeah.
I think somebody else asked, like, what was my favorite pickup from New York Comic Con? So we're going to do a little bit of like a recap, like haul video. We didn't get anything crazy. The biggest thing we didn't get to do, which I was really bummed about, was we were going to go kind of similar to what we did last year and like go to all the booths. I think you guys did the same thing where you went to all the booths and you got mystery boxes and stuff and like mystery bags. I'll be honest, like Friday we were at the Funko booth, I think for like 4 or 5 hours, just like talking to people. And then when the con was like winding down for the day, like I didn't have it in me to fight the crowds.
No, that second day, yeah, like we did that. I think we did that the first day, I'm pretty sure, because the second day, like I felt like it was worse than Disney. I don't even know how that's possible, but I was more tired the second day of the con than Disney.
Yeah, it was just insane. And Joanna was pooped. I was pooped. We were starving.
Yep.
So that was the one thing that like I wish we could have gone back. We did not get to film nearly as much as we did last year. Like there were so many people like and like Vince, you were there last year. Didn't you feel like last year when people were like taking pictures and stuff, there was a little bit more like courtesy, like people saw you or they were taking a picture, so they would like kind of like go around, or like if people were filming or anything.
You know, I didn't take that many pictures with anybody.
Well,
I mean, I held my hand up when they're walking by for you guys. I don't know if you noticed that when I was holding the camera, I was like going, please, we got John and Joanna here. Please just step off to the side for a second. That is why. Well, so you're asking why? It's because you had your own like personal bodyguard there last year.
Well, it was clear that it was completely clear that you were not there, because there was people. I mean, they walked right in front of us. There was people. I'm literally filming Pops like 6 inches, and like some dude like tried to like shimmy his way in between like a Grail case and my camera, and I'm just like, come on, man.
I felt like Friday was like that though. Thursday I felt like last year Thursday was pretty open.
No, last year Thursday was very open.
Yeah, it was very open. Like we were able to shoot everything. Friday, I'll be honest, I don't think we shot a ton on Friday at all, because it was insane. You couldn't get close to anything, honestly. No, you did it all that.
Yeah. Muhammad said, what are your both favorite pop you wish you had in your collection? All right. So favorite
Blackwood Skeletor, 480 piece Gemini exclusive.
Wow. That was quick. Okay.
Yeah, just saying.
That was quick.
I've not thought about that at all.
You know, I had a big week. I finally secured the Chewbacca Freddy for my
collection. I saw that.
So I'm still kind of reeling in awe over that. I don't know what am I looking forward to? You know what? I'll say the one that I am kind of, because I did get to see it in person. There were some people that bought one, and when I was kind of on the fence about it, and then people showed it to me in person, I'm like, all right, I love this. The Blacklight 1,000-piece Freddy Bones. I think that's the next Freddy I'm gonna try to pick up. I've already seen them come down a little bit. Like they were selling for like $400 to $500 the first day. Second day they were selling for like $350, $400. By the weekend they were selling for like $250, $300. So if I'm gonna try to grab one under $2. If I see one dip under $200,
yeah, 2 would be good. Yeah, I could see that being around the $300 range.
Yeah, exactly. Landon got the flocked Misfit elephant.
Oh, so you got a phenomenal one is what you got for your first case.
That's incredible. Pete's in the house. What's up, Pistola Pete? Good to see you, brother. Yeah, Darth Maul sold out. Yeah, and the people are going nuts for the con sticker. It's all about Maul's legs. Very nice. Yeah, we had a lot of Star Wars news this week. And speaking of that, John says, I'm so excited for wave 2 of the Ahsoka Pops. We'll be acquiring that new Thrawn to add them to the collection, since the Rebels one is a grail.
Yeah,
I figured we could talk a little bit about that this evening, because it seems like a lot of people are very mixed, which I did expect from that reveal. Day 2 video is probably good. I'm gonna shoot for Monday. I still have to do some creative editing, because the second video that we filmed for New York Comic Con is mainly focusing on the $7 a pop booth. which they had some incredible stuff there. I mean, they must have had like 4 or 5 like 24-piece Freddies. Like, it was insane. And they brought out we actually spoke to Lee for a little while. He was super kind, really amazing conversation, and he said like they brought out some stuff that he was hoping never sells, because they put like ridiculous prices on some of that stuff just because they love having it as like Funko history. So that's mainly what that video is going to center on. I have to do some creative editing though, because like I said, people were constantly like cutting through my camera footage and everything. And there was a couple times when I was filming, there was a lot of creative cosplayers there, but there were some people walking around with like boom boxes or like giant radios like attached to their costume, and they're blasting music, like, you know. So I have to edit out those parts, or I have to mute the video for those parts. So I have to do some creative editing, and I'm planning on doing it this weekend. But yeah, stay tuned for that. Thank you to everybody who watched day one. That was a huge lift getting it out the same day that the con started. So yeah, but thank you guys so much for watching that. It did very well. Let me see. Yeah, Freddie Bones. Aaron is here. What's up, Aaron? Pizza Rat is the GOAT. You know, I saw a lot of people grabbing the Pizza Rat from the con. So some people
I had a couple Pizza Rats. I don't know if they're all the GOATs or not, but maybe 1 or 2 were a GOAT.
Oh, you can get the LE100, or excuse me, LE1000 Blacklight Freddy Bones at Ralphie's Funhouse for $225. Curtis has one?
Yeah, dude, he's hooked up.
We missed Curtis. So Curtis is the owner of Ralphie's Funhouse. I didn't know he had one, and we have a discount.
Now, wait a minute. Go there and buy it right now with your 10% discount.
I think I am going to buy it right now.
Code DUO at checkout.
Yeah, that should be a rule, right? Like, you can't use your own discount code. You got to use.
I mean, that's $205 plus tax.
Yeah, it's pretty good. I can't believe he got one. We missed him. We were supposed to, or I wanted to meet up with him and meet him finally in person, but we just did not cross.
Yeah, I don't feel like all these people were there last year.
Yeah, no, there was a lot more people. Like
a lot more people
from the community.
Yeah, definitely.
So Brody says, are you surprised that most of this year's San Diego Comic-Con pops are really low in value? All of the DC and Marvel ones are extremely low.
No, I'm not surprised at all.
Yeah, I'm not surprised, because I don't feel like they dropped, like, Marvel and DC wise, I don't think they dropped any like heavy hitters. Like,
no, and you know, like, let's say for an example, Grandmaster was released, I believe, in 2017 from the Ragnarok line.
Yeah,
and it was a I believe it was an NYCC pop, if I remember correctly. There was 2 from that one. It's maybe like, and this is a 6-year-old pop. Maybe it's a $40 pop at this point. So not super crazy for like a 6-year-old pop. Now the ones from this year,
yeah, I can't even think of any Marvel or DC.
It's the guy with his face that got ripped off. Oh my God, guys, help me. Why am I from the Guardians of the Galaxy?
The guy whose face got ripped off?
I'm sorry, I might have ruined the movie for everybody that hasn't seen it yet. I keep on wanting to say He Who Remains. It's not him. John, you know who I'm talking about.
Yeah. No, who you're talking about. The High Evolutionary.
High Evolutionary.
Yes.
Thank you, Cross.
Yeah.
Guys, we were dying over here. I mean, you could. I mean,
I gotta type quick.
I don't know if anybody was searching that on Google, but holy smokes, the High Evolutionary. Like, because I feel like Marvel's pretty down right now. Quite, you know, even though I thought Guardians of the Galaxy was probably one of the best Marvel movies in the last 5 or 6.
Oh, Marvel is way down. I'm actually part of the problem. I have not seen any of Loki season 2 yet.
And I think hype in general, just for this NYCC in particular, I feel like it was way down. So I'm not really surprised at any of the pops. As you could see, really all the pops that were available only on the Funko Shop, for the most part, are still available. The stuff that was shared exclusive sold out on the Funko site, but are still available, you know, most everywhere else. So I think it was just a little bit not great as far as the selection went this year. So I'm not
The only thing that
Super
really
surprised.
stands out for San Diego Comic-Con that I think will hold significant value or in the long run is both of the 3-packs, the Powerpuff Girls and the Fairly Odd Parents.
Yeah, and one of those was limited, and the other one was
Yeah.
almost impossible to get. It usually ties back to like the price of anything. Like really, if you go even back to some of the older stuff, it's how hard was it to get when it first came out? Like, if you go back a couple years ago, that Danny Phantom that released at Target, I remember having a really hard time finding one. You finally found one. Like those were, some of them are a lot harder to find. Like I think now they're probably produced more. There's probably more produced. So I think they're going to be a little bit different, for this year, last year.
Yeah, Wayne. I can't wait for the Marvel. Said no one.
Said no
Yeah,
one. Yeah, said no one.
yeah, the Marvels. I mean, I'm still gonna watch it, but
I'll watch it. John, I'll be honest though, before we got all this run of bad movies, when I seen they announced the Marvels like 3 or 4 years ago, I'm like, what?
yeah.
The Marvels, like, I'm not looking forward to 2024 or
Well,
whenever
I think
they
so.
originally.
To go on like a Marvel tangent, because I've really I've spent way too much time thinking about it. Like, why is Marvel hype like so like in the trenches, like in the gutters right now? And I think ultimately, like they did such a good job from like 2008 to 2013, like building up your core team, your 4 people of Captain America, Thor, Hulk, and Iron Man, like your core characters that then carried the story, even in everybody else's movie. Like there was callbacks, like when you brought on like Black Panther and all these other superheroes into the mix, there were still callbacks and direct connections to those 4 core people. And I think the problem was, and it's not Marvel's fault, it's not Disney's fault, it's not Kevin Feige's fault to an extent, is they then started out phase 4 of the MCU with all of these tangents. You got different heroes and villains and anti-heroes like Loki, like they're all just in different places. So they have to make money, like they have contractual obligations, like they have these actors and actresses tied down in these big contracts. They started out here, and like what they should have done is they should have brought it back to here.
John, do you know what they did?
What?
They Funkoed it, is what they did.
They did.
Honestly, they
Funko it.
tried to start. When I seen, I'm like, Echo is going to have a show. Like, is
Agatha?
not like every minor character in the Marvel catalog going to get a show at some point? Like, some of those shows could have been cool. Like, She-Hulk would have been. Maybe we didn't need a whole show about She-Hulk. You know what I mean? But I love that she's like part of the MCU. But it would have been cool to like just like there's side characters, and then you have their main characters, and they should have spread it out. I think they just tried to put way too much in a short amount of time. People got burnt out. You had to start getting to a point where like Secret Invasion should have been great. Like that's what a great story in the comics and stuff like that. Done so like just half whatevered. You know what I mean? Like it just was not. The time was not put into it. Secret Invasion could have been 2 years of movies, 3 or 4 movies. Secret Invasion over 2-3 movies, something like that, and been its own thing. But they just tried to make too much money. So I think for me, it's 100% Disney and Marvel's fault to try to get greedy, put out too much content, and said these suckers will just eat it up. And I think they're finding out that we're not all suckers on everything.
And I think people don't have like as much time as we did during the pandemic. Like people are working, they're working multiple jobs, they're working hard jobs. Like people
and there's too much other good stuff. Like Disney and Marvel, and look at Star Wars. I mean, Star Wars has been putting out pretty good content. Not all good, because I think even Star Wars suffered a little bit. Like Obi-Wan didn't need to be a show. It could have been a movie, and I think it was supposed to be, and they should have probably left it that way. But I don't even know if we needed Obi-Wan, quite honestly. Not that I hated it; I kind of enjoyed it, but
I think I enjoyed it mainly because I love Ewan McGregor, and it was like more nostalgic than anything,
Yes, and it was kind of cool to see like what was he up to? Why was he, why was he hanging out on that planet the way he did? So, but long story short, like to wrap it back around to Funko, I think they kind of Funkoed it a little bit, where They just tried to push out too much stuff, and they should have just worried a little bit more about quality over content, content, and it could have been better because they could have. The phases should have just been done a little bit different.
Yeah,
Make that 2 years of movies.
And like you said, like, She-Hulk, perfect example. Like, She-Hulk was somebody who I think is a cool character. I'm glad they brought her in, but I didn't finish all her show. And maybe I would have been more, invested in her. Like, less is more, right? Like, let's say they said, all right, we're not going to do She-Hulk yet. She's got ties in with, obviously Hulk, and she has ties to General Ross and Daredevil. They could have brought her in as like 1 or 2 episode arc in the Daredevil show, the new Daredevil show,
right.
So like you get a little taste of her, but you don't get like all of it in case it doesn't really work out or grab people. But it's interesting because going back to Brody's point, I think that people getting burnt out on the MCU and people getting burnt out on some other stuff, like in the Star Wars world and in other worlds, has a direct impact on whether or not they're going to buy the pop. Has a direct impact on
sure,
whether they're going to buy that new Hot Toys figure or that new Black Series figure or that new Lego set. Like, our industry or our little niche here is directly tied to pop culture. And I think that's where Funko has to realize that maybe not make as many movie characters, instead of like a comic book, or make the comic book characters, because those are evergreen. Like, people are always going to love comic books, but they might not like that one actor or actress who played that superhero.
Yeah, and I mean, on top of that, one thing I noticed, and we'll kind of with the Funko talk as well. Like, so Ragnarok, I'll bring that up again. I said Grandmaster. There was another NYCC pop that year. I believe it was the Hulk. I don't know why I'm having this. Like, I can remember all my pops right now that are in the opposite room up here. But I was looking at that the other day, and I'm looking at how many pops were in the Ragnarok line, which released over whatever, maybe like 3 or 4 years. Like, they didn't all come out at the same time. There was only a handful of commons. There was maybe 3 or 4 commons. All the rest were exclusives.
Right.
So like, they got to get back to releases like that. So like, if we want to piggyback onto like what they were releasing with the Disney, or I'm sorry, with the Star Wars stuff, I thought the Star Wars pops are cool. What I did not like is the 6 they announced. They look like all commons. Now, are we going to have to go get the exclusives? They're going to have a like glow in the dark saber for Balin Skull. You know what I'm saying? Like, why not release a couple commons and then give us some, make us
we're gonna break those down in just a second. Yeah, we're gonna talk about those. So, Brody, before we get to your question, Dave says, well, I can see both of you never read a comic book. And Dave, I mean, you nailed it on the head for me. I don't have time to read comic books like I used to when
I've read a couple in my day.
Yeah, like I read a couple as well. Like, from like, I would say 14 years old to 24 years old, I was very in the comics and reading as much as I could, as much as like I could afford. Because comics, like everything, like, if they're only like $2-3, or sometimes I would splurge and get like a graphic novel for my birthday or something, like those can get expensive, especially if you read through it in like a day. But no,
I would love to do at some point, John, we should do a whole episode where we talk, because I would love to talk Marvel right now, where I would like to say She-Hulk in the comic is awesome. Guys, She-Hulk the show was not that great. Did anybody like the last 2 episodes of She-Hulk? Did we really like the way that storyline went? I mean, if you did, God bless. I can gobble up a ton of MCU, and I usually like stuff that people wouldn't like. But man, I thought that show was rough. Forget graphics. I don't even care about that. Like, I can look past all of that, and there was a couple of fun parts, but
comic books, we should definitely do a
I don't want to make it about, because we could literally sit here and I could talk Marvel the rest of the time here, but this is a Funko related type thing.
So Oigon, have a fantastic night. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Oigon,
in Norway.
And thank you for the box you sent.
Yeah, she sent us a box. We have not opened it yet.
You'll see it on Saturday.
We're terrible people. So Brody had another comment that I wanted to address. Do you think this year's New York Comic Con Darth Maul con sticker will hold its high value?
No.
I don't, unfortunately. And I know
Well,
people.
Brody, it depends on what you mean high value. Like,
I saw it
what's it
selling
at right
for
now? Like 150 or something
yeah, I
weird?
saw it selling on the first day from 150 to 200, and then as the weekend went on, it was selling for like 100 to 115.
I could,
Um,
I mean, I could see that being around for the con sticker. I could see that being around $70. I think anything Darth Maul with a con sticker,
yeah,
I
I
think,
could see it being 70, 75, easy.
yeah,
Yeah.
I 100% could see that. So, and that it's, to some people, that's like a crazy value. So, I
Oh
mean,
yeah, there's still people that won't, or not won't, but like paying above retail is just not in the cards.
yeah, for sure.
All right, let me see. Ozzy Pop and Paul said She-Hulk last episode was not good at all. The rest was okay. Yeah,
I didn't hate it. I honestly didn't hate it. I watched every episode. I watched all the way to the end, but like the storyline for me was like,
yeah.
listen, I'm sorry. I just
I
didn't.
think for me, and this is like the last big thing I'll say regarding Marvel, is just because there was so much great buildup with Thanos and the Infinity Stones and everything, and with the impact of Endgame, like I just felt like it set the tone for a very serious MCU moving forward. Like, look, there was just this giant purple alien who came from another planet and wiped out half the population. Like, I don't know. I just felt like then the tone should be moving forward, like very serious, kind of like the tone of Wakanda Forever. Like, I thought Wakanda Forever definitely understood and took the impacts of everything that had happened and then formulated it into a new story. And then they brought on like a very menacing villain. And I'm having a hard time attaching myself to projects like Miss Marvel, like She-Hulk, where I just felt like the gravity of the situation is not the same when it's in the same world where everything just happened. So I don't know. Like, I can, like, comedy is good, like little like snippets here and there, I think is good, but when it's overall like a very comedic tone, I think that's where I just lose interest because I'm like, well, look at everything that just happened over the last 11, 12 years, So oh, Norway said Traveling Freddy is coming your way too. And in your box, John, there's some goodies for Rita and her family. Oh my gosh. Norway.
Tell you what, Norwegian
All right,
goodies.
So I have to address this because we have so many messages that we're still working our way through. So I know of at least 3 people who have picked up a Traveling Freddy for our collection. So I'm just letting everybody know. I'm truly thankful. We are going to pay everybody for those, and then obviously I'd like to keep one, but the other ones we're going to run for Toys for Tots. So those will all be because a bunch of people were very kind and wanted to get me one and one for our collection. So thank you guys so much. But just letting everybody know, whatever extra ones we get, we're going to run them for Toys for Tots. What do you think is the most underrated pop from New York Comic Con? I saw a lot of people going after the Goblin Queen.
Yeah, that's actually a good call right there. Goblin Queen was very surprising for me to see. Like, I watch Whatnot auctions over the weekend with people flipping them, and
yeah,
Goblin Queen was getting a lot of run. I was, I'm man, I'm hoping that the X-Men are done right, and that whole line could be, that could be a very good, that could be something that's underrated.
Yeah. I was just surprised that a lot of people were going after it. So that could be the underrated pop. But guys, we have our third critical member here of Pop Force 1. So I'm going to bring on Professor Josh. Perfect timing, too.
What's up?
What's up, Josh?
Yeah. How's it going, guys?
How are you? How's Shannon? Is she okay?
She's okay. Yeah. They just drop the car off at the tire place, wait for the morning to get the new tire.
Nice.
Always fun.
Yeah. At least they're fast. Sometimes it's like 2 or 3 hours waiting for the truck.
Yeah. Toxic Avenger seemed pretty popular as well.
That's a great glow. That glow is great. I picked one up at Target. It was sitting there in the toy aisle. I was like, I'm going to grab one.
If I see one at Target, I'm going to pick one up. I don't think I ordered one.
You guys
Yeah.
have seen New York Comic Con pops in your stores already?
I saw that one in Target. That was for sure. And then the Hot Topic had the Shippo on the horse.
Shippo is a deluxe pop, so will never make its way in this house.
Yeah, it's a it didn't need to be that big. I don't
No,
think.
of course
It doesn't
not.
feel like it needed to be that big. But and they also have other Shippo too. So but I think the Toxic Avenger, it's a really good one. Plus there's a remake movie coming out for it. So I think that's a sleeper on it too. Is
That could be
I don't know how many
they're
people know
underrated.
about that. So it might be the only exclusive from that movie. You never know. That comes out. So
Josh coming in, you were right. Timely is right. That could be the underrated pop right there.
Perfect time. Yeah, perfect timing because I wanted to break down the new Star Wars wave of pops really quick. David said, I just purchased all of the Hot Topic Scare Fair pops.
The Scare Fair pops were pretty great.
they were better than some of the New York Comic Con.
They 100% were.
I think they could have made them New York Comic Con and like had them at Target anyways or something, and maybe had double stickers on them or something crazy.
It was kind of weird that they brought those out during NYCC. That was kind of weird.
I think
They
it just
should've done that
happened
at the beginning of the month.
Friday the 13th. Like they that was like prime time.
Yeah, you're right.
You can't pass up on an October Friday the 13th.
You don't get a lot of Friday, October the 13th.
Yes.
So Brody says he has one more question for us. Did you see the new X-Men 97 pops? Do you like them? And do you think they will have some value?
I do like them. Do I think they'll have value? Maybe. I mean, I think that the X-Men 97 show was supposed to drop right around this time, and then it got put on hold. So, and I don't know when, because there is supposed to be basically a continuation of X-Men 97. I watched all of X-Men 97. I watched it all again this year again. And I loved it. I loved the X-Men 97. Now there's supposed to be a continuation of that was supposed to come out. It's not come out. If that comes out, could there be a little bit of excitement behind it? Possibly. Value, it depends on what you consider value. I think that any of the newer stuff, I'd be surprised if it doubles in value or,
I could see them doubling. There. Yeah, maybe doubling like the $30 or something. But is it really doubling like once they go on sale? And
well, that's the thing. Anything that doubles in value on PPG, you got to understand that sometimes that's a little bit skewed. So a $30 pop,
But I will say they do look good. I mean, but
I like them.
I don't know how much of a difference. I don't feel like there was enough uniqueness.
No,
to them. That's the thing I was missing. Like if it was something hadn't been done before, super unique or something like that, maybe.
Yeah, personally, I've gone after the blue box X-Men ones. So I've gone after, the 2014, 2015 ones. I would pick those up because I feel like there's just less of those, and those are more straight from the comic book. But I do like the 97 pops.
Did you guys crack open? I think Josh did. You cracked open your coolers, right? Did you guys do it yet? Vince?
I haven't opened. No, you know what? I just found the box sitting at the bottom of our boxes.
Yeah, we still have our 2 coolers that we need to open up. Koba says Peter Dinklage is playing Toxic Avenger. The pop will become a grail after that. Ooh,
really
interesting. And then I saw a bunch of people saying Goblin Queen apparently is still available at GameStop if anybody needs the shared sticker.
Yeah.
You know what? GameStop has a crazy sale going on right now. If you want those, there's still, I think, with your pro membership, 2 for $20, including all the New York Comic Con brand new pops. I was really surprised those were on that list because they're under that 14 whatever they had, like under the $15. They're 2 for $20. So if you want any of those Hot Topic ones or even the soda, the Power Ranger soda, go online, grab them online now. 2 for $20. You can't beat that. I mean, even I just didn't get it. Like usually that stuff's like no sale at all. Like no.
You would think that,
discount
yeah,
them.
at least maybe for the first 30 days or something, but
Something like that. But I think they're just like, whatever falls in that line, let's sell it.
they probably still have some Sergeant Slaughters and some different pops that have been sitting around for 1 or 2 years now.
A
So they're
Unicron,
like,
there's probably a couple more left.
yeah, let's do this now. Let's get this sale rolling right away.
There's a lot of good sales right now all over the place.
Oh, yeah.
Jen and David said, what is the most expensive soda or pop soda you saw at New York Comic Con?
From the box, the Monster Freddy.
Yeah, the Monster Freddy.
I think I've seen that. I think I saw Ralphie's posted some of the stuff they were selling from their boxes if people wanted to buy them individually, and I think I saw that one at like $500
Yeah,
or something. I don't know how much it's. I haven't seen it sell anywhere. Has anyone seen it sell?
I saw one sell on Whatnot, and it sold for like $670 or something.
Oof.
Crazy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'll come down. I do appreciate that the mold is unique and it's really cool. I do want it. I do really want it. Thank God that one doesn't have a chase, because that would be like a 40-piece chase or something ridiculous. But yeah, that's definitely going to be the most expensive one from this year. So I want to bring up since we got Josh here, I want to bring up the new waves of Star Wars pops and hear everybody's opinion, because I've definitely seen a lot of mixed things, specifically with that new Grand Admiral Thrawn. So what do you guys think of this wave coming out?
I mean, it represents the Ahsoka season, that they haven't done yet so far. So I think that's the good thing about it. It's the characters that you want to see from it. The only thing they maybe could have added is a 3-pack for the 3 sisters. Yeah. Like that would have been.
We've only got one Night Sister pop, don't we? Just one? Marin?
Do we even have the one? Which one?
There's one. It might be from the game, though.
Yeah.
Yeah. From the gaming line. Yeah. So I'm like, yeah, we did get one.
I think that's the only Night Sister.
A Great Mother's 3-pack would be a super sweet one for San Diego Comic-Con. So
yeah,
something unique, something different. I think that it's out there. I think you knew they were going to do a Thrawn. There was like, they're probably going to be 2 more out there.
So what was the mixed reviews on thought? Do they just not like the way he looks?
So I've seen a lot of people say they don't think it looks like him. I
think it's show accurate.
He was too skinny. A lot of people are upset that he has the blaster, but like, yeah, he didn't have the blaster in the show, but he did fire a blaster several times in the Rebel show. I think they get such limited information about the characters before the show actually releases. So they just, I'm sure, are told like, make a Thrawn, make a Balin, make a Shin. Like I saw a lot of people saying like what Chase Chaser just said, that the Balin is super disappointing. I disagree. I think the Balin is awesome. Like it's a Funko.
Would you have liked to seen a hooded Balin?
Oh yeah, of course.
I bet you that's going to be the exclusive Balin.
Yeah, and that's fine. I mean, I'm gonna grab this one unless they make a cooler one. I think Shin looks great. I think 2 different versions of the Night Troopers are awesome. And then rumor is that we might be getting a Captain Enoch tomorrow for that Entertainment Earth exclusive that's supposed to drop.
Yeah,
see, this is what I was talking about, though. So, like, they got 6 commons. Okay, now we're going to start getting some of the exclusives. Like, why did Funko? Here, let's get serious right now.
Get serious.
A wave like this, they should have just done like 3. Okay, give people 3 just to wet their whistle. Now, like a 3-pack for NYCC next year, or you want to do SDCC or one of the ECCCs or whatever, that would be cool. Do an exclusive, like we could have got a Night Trooper, like one of those should have been an exclusive. Like when you build a set, why does every set have to be 42 pops now? Why can't we have like 8 for one TV show? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, you'll have more to say on that when we get to the Mando stuff.
I mean,
yeah,
the Enoch too. Like, I don't know. So I don't know if you guys have a feeling like right now, if it feels like he's a Knight of Ren, like everyone's like, oh, the Knight of Ren, and then after you see the movie, you're like, oh, they don't really do much. like in the movie itself.
Well, in the books, I mean, I've watched some videos on what like the Knight of Ren is all about, like what they're all about, and they're super cool.
Yeah,
And
they're
then
so
to see what they did to them in the movies is super disappointing. But they could be so much better. Like you could have a movie about the Knights of Ren, but that's a whole other conversation for maybe a different
I would
day.
watch the Kylo Ren show. If they were going to make a character show about anybody, I would watch Kylo Ren.
Well, the Knights of Ren was before Kylo was even involved. It's a whole thing in its own.
Well, right, but if they did like the ending where like he became Kylo, if they had like the whole lead up of like them turning on Luke and like him leaving, the school and everything, and if they showed all the Knights of Ren like going off and then turning and everything, and like how they acquire each weapon and what makes them, unique to their own armor and everything, like that would be cool. But nobody would probably watch that.
No, probably not.
But yeah, just the name Balin Skull is cool. Absolutely. Brian says, I love the Star Wars pops, but dang, it's hard to keep up with all of them. It's constant. It is. And I think you have to choose. Yeah, you have to choose, like, be very particular. I'm very particular. Like, I love Star Wars, but I'm only keeping like one or two of each character now. Like Vince was just saying with all the exclusives. If they come out with a bunch of exclusives where they're just very similar variants of these, I'm not getting both.
Yeah.
No, and that's exactly it. Some of the stuff is
you can't.
At least they didn't show them both at the same time. Like that's even worse. Like,
True.
here's two Balins or three different Balins, a Hot Topic one, a GameStop one, and then the common one. No one, you're gonna get the exclusive. So,
but I think Funko deserves credit where credit is due. I think this was a very good common wave. Like I'm more excited about any of the pops on the screen over any of the Star Wars exclusives that we got for New York Comic Con and San Diego Comic-Con.
Yeah, I'm right there with you on that. I thought this. I think this is a great wave. I just would have liked to seen them. I didn't think we needed a wave of 6 commons. I would have liked to seen some of the I think these are all great pops. I really do. I'm actually reading my comment right now that I made on the post right here. And I put right in here. I put Enoch should be a con pop.
Yeah, I saw that. But if they had slapped a New York Comic Con sticker, can you imagine the hype if Balin's skull was the exclusive instead of Darth Maul? Then I could see that one having super high value.
That would have been honestly way better.
Yeah. But I seen some controversy with the Grand Admiral Thrawn. Some people saying that it shouldn't have been made, that it's not fair to the people who have spent so much on the original pop. And I've seen a lot of people excited because now they can afford one and have one in their collection. And then there's like another camp of people who are upset that it's like inaccurate and doesn't represent him well from the Ahsoka show. Still represents him well as a character. But I think overall it's good. Like, there's no way they were not going to make one.
No, I mean, I think you got to kind of get over that a little bit, like, because I have a Thrawn, so I would be one of those to get upset. I'm not upset in the least, and will that hurt the value? That it might, but I 100% think they should do another Thrawn. I don't think that should be the only Thrawn that ever gets released. Kind of like the way I feel about Captain Rex. I hope I don't have a Captain Rex. I hope, I can't have it both ways. I can't say don't make another Thrawn because I have it, but don't make it, make another Captain Rex. I think that I'm okay with that. If you're upset that he has a blaster because he didn't really do anything with it in the show, I mean, I guess I get that, but I think what John said is right. I don't think that they get exactly
maybe
the
it was
whole
a
picture of what's going on.
Who knows? Maybe that was a moment and after, like, when they're editing, they cut it out there.
Yeah.
Like, they decided, that's not how we want to portray him for this series, and in editing, they cut it. And that's what they sent over to produce, though, at the beginning. You don't know, like, what they sent over for them to go after. But I think, with any of these, I mean, anytime any of those Rebel ones are going to keep their value, though. Like any of the stuff, even, we haven't seen we haven't seen all the characters from this show. We're missing even the little what are they called? The little creatures that look like little turtles.
Oh, the little turtle guys.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like those that they haven't made. Those are fun. I love to see a little guy like
There's
that,
an SDCC pop.
That
There-
should be SDCC one.
yeah, you got all the different things in there. So I think you have a great opportunity to see stuff.
Well,
Yeah.
I know there was a lot of people asking about when these pops are going to drop. Supposedly, they're going to be going up for pre-order tomorrow, and I know Ralphie's will have them. So we all have
Yeah.
discount codes with Ralphie. So if you guys are interested in getting any of those commons, I'm going to be ordering them through Ralphie's for our collection. Be sure to keep an eye over there. Supposedly tomorrow is going to be when Funko will be allowing smaller retailers to start placing orders. So tomorrow. See, there you go. That was the number one question after we dropped the video yesterday. No Ezra pop. I hope the new Ezra, which once again I would be shocked if they didn't make. I hope they do a good job and make that one a little bit more of a special release.
Yeah,
They
I
need
mean,
to do it. That would be a great
there
con
again.
one. That would be perfect for a con one.
Yeah. And then this is a strong rumor. Seems like this is what everybody's talking about tomorrow. Captain Enoch, the guy with the golden face, could be going up as an Entertainment Earth exclusive for tomorrow.
This will be a good one. This one will be cool.
Yeah, and
It's always-
I have to have him with the two Night Troopers. So I think he is going to be a character that's around for a while because I listened to like a lot of the lore and backstory behind his character. So if they take his story arc or most of his story from Legends, which they've already changed it a little bit, but if they do what they've done with him before and they bring it into like canon, he's somebody who could be around for a while.
Yeah, don't Captain Phasma him.
I don't.
Yes.
You know what I
think
mean?
he's
Don't
gonna-
Captain Phasma him because that Captain Phasma was so intriguing after the first movie, and then oh my god, what a debacle!
That was
What
I
a
totally forgot about
disappointing debacle that ended up being.
that was terrible. Cross saves. We are going to talk about that in just a second. The last thing Star Wars that I wanted to talk about really quick, and that's why I give Funko credit where credit is due, because I don't know if much credit is due with this another Mando wave. Like, what are we doing here, guys? Like,
It-
So we
Forgot
got
him
the
on-
exact same armor pop that we got before. I see that.
Yep.
We could have just got one of these pops. Actually, two of these pops would be cool.
Yeah, two. 2 or 3, maybe 3.
Which okay, name John and Josh. What are your top two out of these 8?
Pelimato and the Mandalorian Judge.
Out of these 7.
Everything else was unnecessary.
100% agree. Okay, those are my two. Josh.
I think I would add to that Paz. Vizsla. So
Now, did we not get a Paz Vizsla in the GameStop box?
We did. He had a knife.
I thought we did.
but I mean, it's sometimes nice to have people might want a common different one. And that
See,
don't have
that's
to buy that box.
so. Josh, that's exactly what I'm talking about, though. Make people go get the exclusive. We don't need a common for everything. This is the problem. This is the stuff that they got to pull back on. We don't need another Mando with a Beskar staff. Funko Shop exclusive. It was an exclusive already. Why is it a common as well?
Well, and it gets even worse because those GameStop boxes are apparently like buy 2 get 1 free right now or something on GameStop. So,
But those pops were great. I love the pops in those boxes. So I'm not saying we need a sticker. I'm assuming that they're produced a little bit less than what their main line or their commons are. There's just not a reason to have another Mando with a staff. There's not a reason to have another
Especially-
Grogu ever again.
yeah, especially just like what Jerry said, odd time for a Mando wave. And this Mando wave should have knocked it out of the park with all of the characters we haven't gotten yet. So like Moff Gideon and his new armor, those Mandalorian super commandos, like all those other characters who Disney would not have revealed to Funko, Hasbro, Lego, like all of those big toy companies before the show came out because they don't want spoilers or whatever. Like, yeah, they should have made a Praetorian Guard. That would have been amazing as well. Like, Funko should be revealing those characters now. It's well after the show. They would have had time to make the renders and everything because these are just glam shots. These aren't even like
Yeah, man, it's so mind-boggling because it's not like they're just the exact same mold. They had to put effort into this, I'm assuming. Like, just do something even like the man, like put the kid out there that got stolen by the whatchamacall. Like, do something that's just
yeah.
do something a little bit Paz Vizsla's son.
Right. Yeah.
Like, do something a little bit different. Like, I don't.
Well,
The
especially
armor holding ice cream cone. I mean, that's what
that would be great with an ice cream cone.
Because even though Mandalorian season 3 was all over the place, they did go to a lot of different planets. Like, they could have given us a super battle droid. Like, we saw super battle droids in Mandalorian season 3. We never got that before. Like, what about what's his face? Christopher Lloyd's character as a pop.
Yeah. What about cool. Moff Gideon in one of those tanks?
What's her name? Yeah. That was in there too. The same episode.
Oh, Jack Black and Lizzo.
Jack Black and Lizzo. That would be a great 2-pack. I said that from the beginning.
Actually, Josh, that would be an amazing 2-pack.
You could put me on the record. I would take a Jack Black and Lizzo, whatever their characters were, in a 2-pack. Like,
I will buy that as well.
Over all of these.
Mark it down. They release a Lizzo Jack Black 2-pack. I am down, and it will be in my collection and displayed prominently.
Yeah. But I'm the biggest Star Wars fan in the world, and I was really bummed. But don't worry, guys, it gets a little bit worse, unfortunately, because the last piece of Star Wars news is we're getting another N1 starfighter. Can you guys believe this?
Yep.
This is insane.
Yes, I can. Yeah. See, and this so this is what the bummer is right here. Like, we've got some good stuff. You know what I mean? Like, they're releasing good stuff. I'm excited about some of the stuff, but the extra fluff that goes involved, people that want to be like completionists or collect the set, do that kind of thing, it makes it really hard to get on board with this stuff. And this is how they start to kill things. Like, ad icon, I'm going to go off on a tangent just for 2 seconds. So ad icons for us, like, we were all in ad icons. We got every single one. You start to get to a point where you don't want to buy every McNugget, and you don't want to buy every this and every one of that. So you start to not care about some of the stuff that you probably would have cared about before. So they're hurting themselves by releasing too much of this stuff. I think that they're going to figure this out and go back to the way that it kind of was. I mean, they still overkilled a lot of things.
So Joanna and I actually have some really good news regarding that from New York Comic Con. Now we got
good.
Yeah, that we got straight from a bunch of booths. We talked to a bunch of, the owners of some small retailers and stuff. So the good news is that I wanted to share with everybody, and the information that we were told, they left out all, like, there is some confidential stuff from the last board of directors call or whatever it was with Funko and everything. So the good news is Funko is apparently, and you will start to hopefully see this in the beginning to middle of 2024, they are apparently reducing production across the board on all of their lines. Everything from regular common releases to con exclusives and to sodas. So we were told that starting next year, I was very excited to hear this, the unlimited sodas are selling like garbage. They are not selling at all. People don't want them. So that piece count does make a difference when it comes to sodas. So from 2024 moving forward, Funko is going to be doing no more unnumbered sodas, which is fantastic. I was over the moon. I was like, yes, like, I'd like to think that maybe we had a small piece in that. So
I think the retailers don't want to deal with them too. The people that had the unnumbered sodas that they want, that's the reason they made them, to get them in places like Walmart and Target and stuff like that.
Yeah.
They don't want to deal with them because they either have to lock them up or put them in these big weird containers, and they're spending more money on the container to hold them than the soda is worth, probably, to lock it up. So I'm sure that, and then open ones, they can't sell them. They have to clear them out. And then all the other retailers that start buying them because they have to have, they want to have the sodas to sell to their customers, just can't get rid of them probably.
What's up, Josh? So he says the last no count soda should be the Robin Hood line. Very nice.
Robin Hood. We're getting Robin Hood sodas.
Apparently, yeah, apparently.
Robin
Well, the
Hood,
other,
what? Is there a movie coming out?
I think so. Yeah.
You
I
have to
mean,
steal from the rich and give to the poor. I think that's what the sodas are all about.
You
yeah.
know, that's
Well,
a fitting last no count soda then.
the other really good thing regarding sodas, and we were told two different things. So either way, they're both pieces of good news. So we were told by one person that they're not going to be making sodas above 8,500 pieces anymore.
Oh,
and
that's
they're
beautiful.
And then another person said they're not making sodas above 10,000, which with both are
8,500. Yeah, both are great. That's great.
so
news.
that's fantastic news. And it sounds like from also what else we were told, Funko wants to go back to releasing a lot of limited pieces on the Funko shop. So I hope, once again, I hope that's something that does come to fruition. Everything we heard and were told, I was really like eating it all up. Like it all sounded good. There wasn't one single piece of
So
news.
basically, everything that we've been saying over the last year and a half is.
They just watched all the PFOs.
That's what I was just gonna say.
And they're good. They're good.
You know, I think the writing's been on the wall, and we said this, and I know I've said it a couple times. You know, moving a company like this around it's a freighter. It's not like a sailboat. It's gonna take time, and we're giving them time. That's why we're all here. I'm still excited by a lot of the stuff they're doing.
Yeah.
But like it's taken I am a completionist. Like we like to collect lines. The way that they build these lines and these sets right now, they're not enjoyable to collect as sets. And they have so many characters, there's so many things. They just
1,500 piece counts on like giant 3-liter soda.
Yeah, 3 liters with 15,000 pieces. No, like
Exclusive.
Make those 4,000 and make them hard to get.
Yeah, but it all
They'll get
sounded
there.
good.
They'll get there.
I hope I hope we start seeing these changes, but I also wanted to bring to the attention, which I think a lot of people who are in our hobby, they are diehard fans like the three of us. They collect a lot of Funko products. They might dip their toe into Loungefly, they might dip their toe into other things. And then I also see some like hybrid collectors where they do collect a little bit of Funko, but they also collect a little bit of Hasbro or a little bit of designer toys or a little bit of Lego, or they collect action figures. Like this is not just a Funko problem. Other companies are experiencing the same thing.
Oh, 100%.
They saw these big booms. They saw these people become collectors. They went all in on their childhood nostalgia, or they started grabbing things based off of the content that was being dropped on Disney Plus and these other streaming services. They're scaling back as well because it's way too overwhelming. Like if you collect Funko, you can just be overwhelmed just with Funko. But if you collect multiple things, I would be shocked if there wasn't one person in this chat right now who said they weren't at least a tad bit overwhelmed with everything.
Yeah, 100%. I don't think this is just, I think in the collectible market in general, and just, anything that has to do with this kind of stuff, I think everything is, because there was a demand for it. I think that demand is kind of cooled off. I think companies are realizing that. I think Funko's realizing that. I'm hoping that they're putting those changes. And if what you're saying is true, John, I think that they're figuring that out. And I look, man, I can't wait. That sounds exciting.
I hope so. We were just smiling ear to ear and just like envisioning like what 2024 and 2025 will hopefully look like. And I'm hoping that it will look like similar to the years of like 2015 to 2019.
Yeah. They used to drop 1,500 piece drops and 5,000 piece and 8,000 piece and then a 7,500 piece, pops. Let's get back to that. I think that would be absolutely amazing. I think that would definitely help.
Now, somebody mentioned Funko like dropping their prices or becoming more affordable. I don't foresee that.
No, that I don't see either.
But the good news that I could see to that is in the meantime, while they're in the process of scaling back everything and cutting down production, like I think we're going to see some more sales. I think you're going to see some more opportunities to get things at discount. So you just have to be smart with your money. Like if you're going to the aftermarket, like, and a lot of people they're doing their research as to, okay, this pop normally sells for this. I'm going to try to get it for this amount. And there are plenty of opportunities. Like if you want something, you can 1,000% go out there and get it for under market value for the most part. Obviously, some things, harder things to find, limited pieces, older stuff. If you want to mint pop, like you're going to pay a little bit more, obviously, but that's because you're paying for something that's not readily available, you know, in excess on the secondary market. And yeah, 25 different sodas in the heavy metal boxes.
Yeah, it's horrible. I mean, I'm sorry, it's horrible.
I didn't realize it was 25. That's insane. This is a great comment. Thank you so much for bringing this out. So I wanted to talk about this and get Vince and Josh's opinion on this. What is your opinion on the 18-inch Iron Man supposedly selling out and then not selling out? Can you explain the strategy behind that?
Hype. You drive hype. I mean, they've done it. I you know, whether it's intentional or unintentional and no malice behind it, but it's happened before where something sells out right away. Like we had drops over the last couple of years that sell out, and then you see it go back up later on in the evening, and some come available. I don't know if it's intentional or not. I mean, they have sold out since then, especially since the CEO of Vivi put a $40,000 bounty on the number one. Yeah, that kind of helps sell it. But you know, really good for the. I mean, it's smart marketing on Vivi's part.
From Vivi part.
Heck yeah, it is. You're exposing. Yeah, I mean, to the fifth, there was 1,500 total pieces. Am I right in saying?
And who knows? Someone else might put now. You know, we've seen it before. If there's some other big fan, Vivi might put this out, but someone else might come out and say, "No, I'll give you 60."
Yeah,
if they're willing to pay 40, I get it for 60. They might be willing to pay 80 for it.
And guess what?
Really want it.
When the Captain America comes out, 1,500 piece with the World War II chase that I might buy actually if there was something like that. But you know what I'm saying? It drives hype for the next release. There's only 1,500 pieces. This kind of makes sense to me, and it's smart on BB's part to kind of get behind it and push that. So what the CEO did by putting a bounty out on the first release of one of the 50 chases, the number one out of the 50, with you know, I think it's smart. Am I playing in that game? No. I mean, it's too expensive. I don't really love the character, the figure, even though I love Iron Man. It doesn't get me fired up that I would spend $150 on it, but I think it's smart on their part.
Yeah, I don't think they look good.
I think they did a bad job of picking gold as the series to do this with. Vivi should have picked. They should have went with Mondo. They should have went with Mondo figures, and Funko promoted a Mondo figure. Have you seen the Mondo figures? Look like
Mondo, and they're not that much more.
And they're maybe $50 to $100 more than these, but they are like hot toys, pretty much.
You know, the only thing with that, Josh, because Mondo is, I think, a completely different market. Like, I think they want to maybe pull their Funko people in, because the Funko people are where they're marketing this stuff to. I think it's to those people that are willing to pay $5,000, $8,000, $10,000 for pops and limited pieces. Like, there's a whole different Grail collector that, like, I don't think that we're really in that realm. Do you know what I'm saying? That we can drop $5,000 or $10,000. No, I think they're going after a different kind of person altogether. So that's probably why they stayed away from Mondo. They could have done it with a pop. I mean, I guess gold is the next choice. Yeah, it's a little bit weird for me. I'm right there with you, John. I don't love them. I wouldn't care. And even if there was still 1,000 available and somebody said that it's like a lottery ticket, if you get the number one, like I'm just not interested in.
You might as well just buy a lottery ticket.
I just wish, why couldn't you do this with 5 different Iron Man pops and new suits that we've never seen before? Like, that would have been crazy.
Yeah, this I feel like is just marketed to somebody else that's not us.
Yeah. But there's a bunch of great comments that I want to address before we get too far behind in the chat here. So what's going on, Alex? Good to see you in the chat. All right. So first thing, Steven, good to see you. He's been a member with us for 18 months. So shout out to you, 18. Steven. Thank you so much. Riley says, do you think it will be hard to go back to 2015 times because there are more flippers now? I feel like back then it was just collectors in the hobby. And even though I don't think we'll never truly have that era again, because there are more flippers and resellers. There was also plenty of flippers and resellers back then too.
I feel like the flippers have really shrunk. Like I like if you look at just three, even before, just it's really it's kind of back to kind of the norm of it.
Well,
like it's not ridiculous. Like there's tons of stuff. I think that's the point. There's not like that craziness of every hype for everything. And I think that's what it is. You don't have it. You don't have the flippers to be able to flip everything. You're not going to have the people, I don't hear too many people complaining about bots right now on anything. I didn't hear that at all for New York Comic Con.
And Josh, what you're saying right now, it's unfortunately, guys, this is the way a healthy collectible market would work. If something has demand, there's going to be flippers. If there's no flippers, if you're collecting for value, if you're just collecting for your own collection, like this is the perfect scenario for you. There's not a lot of hype. Every single thing, pretty much every single thing. Like take that Luffy, for example. Like if you love Luffy, I got a Luffy. I've been collecting the One Piece pops now for the last 6-7 months. And other than the chase, when there's a chase involved, like I've been able to get everything that I've wanted for it. So like that's great. Now on the flip side, is that thing going to be worth where you think it would be if there was people flipping them left and right? And there was people flipping them, and I did see the con sticker ones flipping left and right, and I even seen people overpaying for the shared ones. But without the flippers, it's not that we need the flippers, but if there's no flippers, like there's not the demand to kind of support the flippers. You know what I'm saying? You need that kind of healthy balance.
Yeah.
And I think we're tipped a little bit. We need to get a little more of the flipper mentality back in there, I think.
Well, I was surprised. There was a lot of people standing in line, and there were still plenty of people doing some reselling at the physical, New York Comic Con at the
FOMO will never go away.
Yeah.
No matter what, even if there's not I don't know. I don't understand.
Yeah, it's FOMO, but it's also sometimes it's people just wanting to pay. Like, oh, there's that line. I mean, I saw the line on Friday or whatever like that, and the craziness of it, and they're like, I don't want to deal with that. I'd rather pay this much more than deal with that. That's what people do it. Like that's the other side of it too. It's not just FOMO. It's everything has that. Disney merchandise has that all the time too. People are like, do I want to get that new tiki mug that's available, and wait in 3 hours line, or buy it on eBay for double the price?
Josh, me and you went on Whatnot after PFO last week. We started looking at some of the stuff. I was willing to pay. I think, what did I say for the McNugget? Was I going up to 40?
35. I think 35.
Yeah, 35 or 40. I go, if I can get it for 35, 40 bucks, I would have bought the nugget all day long. Yeah. And it was just the thrill of the moment. You know what I mean? So I think that if I was there, would I have paid double and a half of whatever for the con sticker? Not really, just to have it, just for the experience of it. I would have probably got it. So
well, and technically time is money, because like you guys just said, like if you pay someone to go stand in that line, then you saved all that time. So so Randy, before I click off his comment, he brings up a great point. Yes, there were resellers in 2015, but there's a lot more flippers and resellers now, but there's also a lot more collectors now. So it's kind of twofold. You have two different types of people that have both increased in the hobby. Josh said the hustlers of the con can be a blessing, though, at the same time. Got my Freddy Monster soda for $100. Yeah. They didn't know what they had, but they were professional resellers. $100, dude. I would have spent $100. Did you get two? Damn, $100. That's a steal.
Yeah, I think also, people that don't deal with sodas don't know anything about it. It's like anything else. Like I could have, someone could have a Lego set and nothing about, or a Lego minifig. You know how much some of those minifigs are, and you'd be like, oh, it's just my minifig I had in my Star Wars set from 2002 or something like that, and you're like, it's just a minifig.
Even some flippers though are not complete scumbags. You know what I'm saying? Maybe they're like, hey, I quadrupled my money or quintupled my money. I'm okay with that. You know what I'm saying?
They paid for their box with that one sale.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what they
Sure.
figured. I paid for my box that one sale. I want to keep the rest. That could
Yeah,
be
because
all they wanted to do.
you're always gonna find that.
Yeah. Let me see. Oh, so there was
No,
another
we don't.
comment that I wanted to address really quick. So Chase Chaser says, I feel like you need unnumbered or larger count sodas in order to gain customers and bring more people into the Funko collecting hobby. That I think I disagree with, because I actually feel like because Funko released the unnumbered sodas, I think a lot of people stopped collecting. So the risk of trying to bring people in the big box retail stores, they actually in the process pissed off a lot of the older and original soda collectors.
I think, honestly, I think with the problem that you have with sodas, a normal person going into a store will never understand what that is. And I think unless you already know about Funko, you wouldn't like if I was just a regular customer walking through Target and I saw these, like I wouldn't know what the heck they were. You know what I mean? So I think that maybe that those are not what they should be bringing the people
Most of the
in with.
employees don't know what they are. Like half the time, they're like, "Oh,
Yeah.
I remember at the very beginning, everyone thought they actually had soda in them."
Josh, I was one
From
of
the
those people
earliest
at the very
times.
beginning.
So everyone thought that, but for the longest time, people were like, "What's up with these sodas?" And they would sit on the shelves. They wouldn't be like people would clear them out and go get them. Like they would only get like 12 in, and they're not gone in 2 seconds. So I think also, yeah, you know what? A lot of it has to do, um, really about audiences watching videos like ours and other people that open sodas and things like that, and people see them and like them and see what they are about, and also see the excitement about finding a chase.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
there's some great sodas. I loved almost all the sodas from last year's Fright Night. Like they are great sodas,
They did a good job.
right? But it's also like okay, what's the height? Like they're like I can unbox them, they're fun. Here, look at them, but there's no like hunt for the chase. I want to get the chase or get something else. It's just like I got the soda, and I think that's one of the things that they did really well with sodas for a long time is everyone had a chase.
Yeah, well, I
Everyone.
think even that was
Okay,
too full
here or
too.
there.
Like if you go back, there used to be a really good channel on YouTube that I missed quite a bit that used to open up a ton of sodas as well. And I wish they still open sodas, but
So really quick before you go any further, there
Sure.
was a bunch of people that came up to us, and I was right there with them. I miss Jim. I miss Jim a lot. I miss his channel. There was a lot of people that came up to us and said that they got into soda collecting and they still watch our channels because of sodas, but they miss Jim. So,
but I think what
we
happened
we need more soda channels.
I don't disagree, but I'll tell you what I personally think, and I think I'm going to speak for Jim, and Jim can come on, he can correct me at some point. I won't be bothered by this, but I think what kind of started killing it for Jim, because I remember Jim was 100% complete for a long time. That started to get impossible, which okay, fine, but what they started to do when they started going past the point of when they were doing those small releases of 3 at a time, 4 at a time. Then they would do like 3 or 4 or 5 at a time, and they spaced them out. Like you wouldn't get them
Like once a month, it kind of came out.
right. It made me want to go buy all 3 of those and then go buy all 4 of those. And we used to open them on the channel all the time. Now they started raising the price. You're talking $15 to $18 each. Now you're talking, you can't just like I opened those Gers the other day from the Nickelodeon show. It's not a show that I watch, but I got those with Hot Cash. If I didn't get those with Hot Cash, those would have never even been in the house because really like they just but if they would have released those a year and a half ago, part of that 3 or 4, that would come out at once, I 100% would have bought a couple of those. Do you know what I'm saying? So by pumping out too much stuff, you start to lose kind of that thrill of that. And that's why we've opened a lot less sodas, not because we love sodas less. Man, if you look at my basement right now, we got a lot of sodas out here, but it's just the way that they release them is just, they're not as exciting as they used to be. And you lose a little bit of that hype behind it. Not 100% because I still loved opening them, but they've lost a little bit of luster, I think, because of the amount they put out at a time.
Yeah. 100%. Jen, yes, we do stay in contact with Jim all the time. and it was great seeing him at New York Comic Con. So Anna, yeah, I want to go off on a. We'll go. So pardon me, but we'll go off on a small little Lego tangent very quickly. New Lego Avengers Tower. Oh my God, 31 minifigs. It looks massive. I cannot wait. I am turning 30 this year, and I am putting in the bid. I am hoping that I can pick this up for my 31st birthday because it is $525. I think it's supposed to be. So
that's not bad for 31 minifigs.
Yeah.
Oh my
No,
God.
I thought it was going to be more like $800.
Yeah,
I would have said that too.
insane. Yeah, there's a little like Jatari chariot, and then there's a Quinjet. It looks amazing. It's like my dream Lego set come true. So super hyped over that. Gus is in the chat. What's up, Gus? I know. I'm so sorry. The sodas overseas, I know they're so expensive, guys. It hurts my soul to hear what you guys pay for sodas.
Yeah, we complain about it here. I mean, they're double the price.
But the good thing, so like what you just said, Vince, to piggyback on what you just said about hot cash, I know that people were frustrated when the sodas went up to $18 for some of the exclusives, and then generally on most sites they're like $15 to $16. There are lots of opportunities to save money. You can use your hot cash. You can use your box lunch money. GameStop, if you sign up for their rewards program, you get that $5 coupon every month. And then GameStop, Hot Topic, and Box Lunch are always having sales. Like the Funko Shop is probably going to have a sale on average once a month to every 6-8 weeks moving forward now. So there's a lot of opportunities to get sodas, for your collection. Also, if you don't want to play, I've noticed this. I don't know if you guys have noticed this, but there's a lot of people that I'm seeing, they don't want to play the sealed game because the sealed game is too expensive, or they just don't want to do it because of the risk of getting a common they already have. So instead of spending like $15 to $20 on a sealed soda, depending on where they get it or more, they're saying, you know what, I'm just going to go on somebody's auction, or I'm going to go on Macari, or I'm going to pick it up from somebody in a group chat or something, and I'm just going to grab a common of whatever character I want for $5 to $8. And if they don't get the chase, they don't get the chase. They just wanted that character. So it's interesting to see how people are collecting a little bit differently with the sodas now.
Yeah, we kind of do that now. I mean, there's definitely like Disney for the most part, we're like 85% complete, and ad icons we still, but yeah, there's some that we'll get one or two, and I'm fine with the common.
Yeah, exactly. That's what we do. Don't do sealed anymore. Yeah, I've noticed that. I know a few people did that in the beginning, but now I'm noticing a lot of people doing that. And I could never do that because I love the excitement and the thrill of opening up the soda, because it's like a tiny little mystery box every single time for me. But yeah, I've just noticed some people being a little bit more strategic, but whatever works for you guys. There are plenty of opportunities to be a frugal collector when it comes to the sodas.
I think people that are still opening sealed ones are the frugal collectors. The people that don't want to hunt down the coupons and the deals and all that stuff, just buy them open.
Yeah.
Even the chases, none of the chases are,
Very
most
few
of the
that go
chases
up.
are not expensive enough where it's going to make sense for a lot of people.
You're starting to see some of the 2020 and 2021 chases go up.
Yeah, there's definitely some. That's why I wanted to correct my
statement. Should be by now too.
Yeah.
I think the amount of collectors that are looking for stuff, or newer collectors too, have been looking for some of the different things. It is a great way to kind of find some of those. I mean, I'm gonna hold back some that I have for a while. Just see how they do and what happens with them and things like that. But I think, hopefully, especially those that are even in Canada and other places. I mean, that's almost where it's like worth just buying. You might as well find somewhere else, probably pay for the shipping, get several of them together, and then have them sent over to you, with the chase and common combos or something like that someone's trying to sell, if you can find that. But I think that it's interesting to see how those go. But even with Funko Shop, how many sodas they've had on there, and then hopefully they do more of these sales. So I think the sales are a good thing for them, and I think they're a good thing for soda collectors too. I mean, that's how we get a lot of our sodas now. Like we'll get maybe two, and then we'll go back and get more if things are on sale or hot cash or have a coupon 25% off at box lunch or something like that, or 15 off of 50. That's you get one free at least or something. So those are the things to kind of I think keep in mind. Play it smart if you're gonna do it.
So, Alex, you're the man. He says, I'll be sending some Star Wars Soda chase sets for our Toys for Tots auction. And we actually just got in some more chases today from Emily and a few other people that have just been beyond generous. And you guys will have to check out. Next week, we're going to be dropping our next vlog video. And we're filming every single box that comes into the house for Toys for Tots. So you guys get to see every single item that is coming in. And we've gotten some insane items. It's probably going to be a 12-hour stream. Like I'm throwing it out there. I'm ready for it. So like bring it on.
I mean, has it been? So it's like a normal Friday, is what you're saying? Normal Friday stream.
Yeah, exactly. A normal Friday. Yeah, that Roger Rabbit chase. It's getting up there. But listen to Gus here. He says, I get cases from a local toy shop here in Vegas. Plus, I'm a member, so I get 20% off the case. So it comes out to $72. Right. That's $12 a soda right there.
It's Brad's.
Yeah.
I mean, and you can get them online. If you want to become a member, you have to pay the shipping. But even like there's sites out there that sell the sodas at a pretty decent price, you know, or have discounts when you buy a case, or you can find them. If you want to get a case of sodas and guarantee that chase, and then you could sell the commons, even if you sell them for $8 to a friend, you know, the commons that they're commons, sell them $8 to a friend. You're like, here, you want these commons, you know, that kind of thing. That's the way sometimes to go too. I would say if you want to guarantee that chase.
Pipsqueak says, with so many sodas now that have such lazy chases, we'd rather have the common that we only buy one of unless we want the chase. We do buy multiple just for content sometimes. Yeah, that content creator bill that we all pay.
Yeah, I'm right there.
Jen says it would be great if Funko created PFO Funko Pops. I think we're due for a PFO 3-pack. You know, if the Powerpuff Girls can get a 3-pack, why can't we? You know,
yeah, we could. I would love to see it.
I bet you if it was 100 pieces, I think we could sell 100 pieces.
You know, I'm surprised they don't let you do like you have your pop yourself by yourself, but they need to do it so you can pop yourself into like a family pack. Then we could do like a PFO pack. Dude,
that's a killer idea. They would make buckets of money off that.
I mean, they already added a baby, so I mean, why not?
We could be the 3-pack like Blink 182.
Yeah.
Where we're pixelated. That would be awesome.
We could do that. Colton says, apparently the black and white Freddy Bones is a glow or possibly an error glow. I don't know if you guys were aware. I was not. So
no,
interesting.
I can't.
I haven't really tried to watch too many people unboxing their stuff yet. I don't know.
I haven't. I feel like I've seen all the leaks at this point.
Yeah, I've heard about most of the stuff, so I kind of don't want to see what everyone's like, what kind of comes in every pack. I just want to open my boxes and have fun with it. No spoilers.
I want to see. I've actually been watching a few of them because I want to see who gets those 500-piece pulls.
Well, I know what they're all in. Phil DeGraves. They're all in Phil's box. Yeah. Every one has been in Phil's box. I think. I don't think anyone has, and that was from the con. People knew about that. I think that's the only reason I think Vince and I both went back and got another box because of.
Oh yeah, we went back and we bought a few more boxes as well.
We were like, we'll try it for that, the Phil's box. So we'll go for it.
But I'm hoping that there's other I don't know. I'm hoping there's like 1 or 2 more surprises in some of these boxes.
Yeah.
Maybe.
How much damage you get or not? That's a surprise.
That might be surprising.
That's a surprise.
Yeah, the third Esquire literally just said that. The pop.
Yeah, I'm unfortunately seen a lot of.
I'm not looking for it.
No. Yeah.
Yeah, the damage is pretty terrible. Oh, it restocked. The Phil DeGraves restocked. Very nice. Albie says, I was happy with my box. I gifted the Freddie Casey Jones to a friend for his birthday. All right.
Oh,
that was very nice of you.
That is awesome. I would love Casey Jones too. That'd be cool.
No more soda surprises. The Freddie Monster was a big enough surprise. You know, I'm pretty hyped about that Freddie Monster. I'm a little jelly of you right now that you got it for $100. That's crazy, man. Absolutely crazy. But you deserve it. 100%, you deserve it. If you guys don't know, this is the Funko News Canada, who we are partnering with for our Toys for Tots auction. So if you guys aren't following them, of course, we hung out with Josh at New York Comic Con. He's going to be coming down to Boston to help us out for the actual, buying of all the toys and everything. So it's going to be a blast. But go give them a follow on Instagram because they're getting very close to 10K. But yeah, overall, the heavy metal boxes were okay. I think the other problem with, kind of recapping all the stuff we said about the sodas not having chases is I feel like it just, when you don't have a chase possibility with your soda, I feel like there's really not that much desire to open it right away.
Yeah, it's not. Yeah, that's the thing. It's not super. You want that? It's gotta. Yeah, it's gotta be a little bit fun.
Yeah.
Especially when you got 25 different ones, and a lot of them are ones that you've seen last year. You already know what the mold looks like.
Yeah. I think that's the thing that hurts.
Yeah, it's a little.
It's a little too
letdown.
much of that same thing with them and no chase chance. So I think that's why the boxes really, like, if all those sodas had chase chances, those boxes probably would have sold out. Imagine.
I think it helped.
Oh, yeah. If there was
how
chase,
low all those are. Those people would have just bought them for the sodas themselves.
Oh, yeah.
Because that chase would have been such a low piece count. There would have been 500 piece chases. There would have been, 1,000 to 500 piece chases and those kind of things. And then even if that monster had a chase and it was 500 pieces, I mean, yeah, these boxes would definitely have sold out. So Funko missed that opportunity to even make a chase. The chain, they could have switched, they could have doubled and made the opposite one. They had a chase that they had in that. I mean, look, they already did it almost. Like, they just do a couple less, do a little more of this one, and they make that, like, vampire dog, the black and whatever, the grayscale one looks really good. I think it looks like a really good, cool color. They could have had the regular one. That would have been the chase. Boom.
Yeah, they
just made too many boxes.
They didn't even have to, they would have saved on making only like this many same cans. They wouldn't have had different designs.
So Funko News Canada, Josh said, did you guys see the Freddy as Batman pog? Says 1 out of 4,200. Hoping this is just an error and there's not a chase to hunt. I hope there's a chase.
I hope there is a chase to hunt.
That would be exciting because that would be what, like a 8,000 piece chase?
I mean, at least
or
it's
800 piece,
40,000. Like
Space Coast.
Congrats, Nikki.
Yeah, Nikki got the NYCC Danny Phantom in mint condition. That is incredible. Congratulations on that.
It's always fun to get a grail.
Oh, yeah, 100%. Did the boxes sell out? I believe 2 of the mascots are
unless they restocked again.
Yeah. Alex says, are we going to expect another Holiday Freddy mystery box this year? Hopefully they make it like a box of fun instead of offloading pops that aren't selling. It'll probably be another.
I think they're going to keep offloading for the rest of this year.
Yeah, it'll probably be. Last year we got, 2 years ago we got the holiday sweater Freddy. Last year we got like the holiday wreath Freddy or whatever.
Wreath around his neck. Or something?
Yeah, I like that one. Yeah, he was holding it or around. Oh,
I forget. So maybe this year we'll get like a Christmas Freddy holding a stocking.
We need a Christmas Proto. How about that?
Give us a Christmas Proto.
I've enjoyed Pro. I think Proto's a good. I think that's a good character. I've liked it.
Did you guys see the sleeping Proto and Freddy coming out? And they're both in their people.
Yeah,
so cute.
I don't know if I saw that or not.
That's what it's called. Thank you, Jeremy. Yuletide Freddy. That's what it was. Yuletide Freddy. No, Jack Carver and Phil D. Graves are sold out. Yeah, so two out of the 4 of the mascots are sold out. So I'm surprised the other ones are still up, to be honest. But
probably I'm guessing people are seeing maybe the best boxes out of those 2 too.
Yeah,
maybe. I think Phil D. Graves. I mean, that's pretty obvious why.
That's what, I think when people started. Yeah,
but I think Jack Carver's back. He's sold out. I went to him and he said sold out. It was weird. It wasn't grayed out at first, but Rusty Steele and Sid Vicious. So I think also Jack Carver, I think, was a favorite as the mascot.
Yeah, I think so
would have
too.
heard from most people, a lot of people.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, but we'll see what they do for the holiday time. The other thing, if you guys have not purchased a heavy metal box yet, just for your awareness, you can use your Funko Rewards points. So I was worried that they were not going to let you use them because it was like a brand new, New York Comic Con item, but you can. You can use your Funko Rewards points. So if you have some, it could definitely knock down the price. I know we got one of our boxes for like $40, which was pretty awesome. So definitely take advantage of those points when you can. Well, one of those boxes left, people will be getting the mascot and 2 Freddy Bones. Yeah, the 2 Freddy Bones in one box is definitely kind of
that's
boring.
yeah. I mean, that's
So,
super disappointing.
CrossGod said, I think the Jack sold out due to the Casey Jones Blacklight being in there. That would make sense.
Yeah.
I saw people overcharging for armor. I saw one selling $43 for a 2-pack at NYCC.
Not surprised. Not surprised at all.
Not really.
Sounds about right.
I mean, you might as well just walk over to $7 a pop and buy their armor then.
Yeah.
They're there, and they're paying. They're charging their normal price. So,
people always people comment every year. I mean, whenever we go to cons, even when we go to toy shows, I'm sure it's the same with you guys on your channels and stuff. Like, people always comment like, how are they charging that much, or that's so expensive, why would anybody pay that? Like, stuff gets marked up for events, especially like New York Comic Con. Like, I don't know how much it is to get a table at New York Comic Con, but I imagine
I'm sure it's a pretty penny.
And
yeah,
I mean, look how much you pay for a bottle of water or a soda at New York Comic Con. So you're really you can't complain too much, and you can shop around. That's the great thing about it. You can charge $43. People now, if they want it right there, it's like that right there, right now. I need it. Yeah, but why? Right across the Funko booth is $7 a pop, and they're selling it at their normal price. So just go grab one. It's kind of weird to do that when you know someone's there selling them too. Like the actual company is selling them.
Yeah, I never understand like the upcharging for that. I think it's just some people don't know. It's either like it's like a convenience thing, I guess. If people are just like, oh, I just bought the Grail from this person or this booth, and if they have the protector, I guess I'll just buy it from them. If you don't know that like $7 a pop is at New York Comic Con, or if you don't know, you can just go on $7 a pop's website and you can buy the armors directly from them. Like, I know they do have some sort of affiliate program, or they have some sort of wholesale program where if you buy a specific amount of product from them every month, like I think they give you a little bit of a wholesale discount, but anybody can go on and buy those protectors
too. You can buy a whole piece of them and then sell them for what the normal price is, and you make a few bucks. You're not going to make much, but
right,
you could if you want it. You buy them in a case. You're getting, what's the case anymore? I think it's $2.55 for a case of 24. So you're paying like $10 each instead of $14 each when you get only 2. Yeah.
Typically they're 29 shipped.
Yeah, I understand. Like, if somebody, like, if you're at an event and somebody's saying like, hey, if you bought a pop for like $200, like not a cheap pop, and they say, hey, right on the spot, like, especially if you travel far to an event, like if you go to an event like right around the corner from your house, you should be okay. But like if you fly across the country or to a different country, like if you're coming to New York Comic Con from a different country and that person's got the armor there and you're just like, you know what, it's $20 or whatever it is, if it's $43 for the 2-pack, yeah, you know what, I'll just buy it, because you don't want your expensive item or your rare item to get damaged in transit. But like for people online, like when I see people kind of like holding people's item hostage and they're saying like, oh, I'm not going to give you a protector unless you overpay for this item, like that to me I have an issue with. But I understand like when you're traveling, like you don't want to get home and see that precious item that you picked up damaged. You just want the peace of mind of knowing I got it. But yeah, at New York Comic Con, you could have walked right over to $7.
Right. I mean, just go a booth over. I mean, pretty big booth by Funko. So
yeah.
Was anyone else there that sells like big protector people? I was thinking oh am I thinking about?
Vaulted vinyl was not
Vaulted
there.
vinyl? Yeah.
No,
Like,
they're not there.
I'm surprised that none of those others, I don't know if they just not worth it for them or what, but
Probably not
they have
worth
those.
it.
Well, but they have those nice, like
You know who else might be
special
Pop and
special
Doodle.
protector
Yeah.
things.
The
and
Papa Duo Protector Company wasn't there.
Yeah, we
No.
definitely were not propping those up.
You should
I
have.
don't know whatnot.
You know
Yeah.
what? You just stand actually right outside of the Funko booth. You stand right outside of there and you just sell them.
Hand out samples.
Yeah, no, you just sell them to them. Like,
Oh,
here, like just have them ready. But I don't know. I would say though too. I've been to a lot of Funko shows. I've been to a lot of things. It's very different when you're a collector versus a seller. I know a lot of sellers don't put things in protectors.
Oh, it drives me nuts.
They just
That's-
have them sitting in their store, and I'm like,
that drives
this is
me
an
nuts.
$80 pop, and it's just sitting in your store. Put it on. Put a 60-cent protector on.
yeah,
it.
it's making me nervous. I'm gonna put one of
Like-
my protectors on it for you.
And that's the
all these
difference
things are
between
such
some
things.
people. Yeah, Gustavo says, "Why not offer a protector?" I'll tell you guys right now. You spend over $100 on a pop from us, you're getting a hard stack. You spend
Yeah.
over 200, you're getting an armor. Like, and I'm not charging you extra. Vince is not charging you extra for his amazing protectors. Josh is going to put his items in protectors as well, and not going to charge you extra. But I think that's just because, obviously, like, we are all technically businesses too. Like, at the end of the day, like, we have to make money to keep putting back into our channel, to keep putting back into our business so it continues to grow. I think some people don't realize that, you can get repeat customers by doing the little things. Whereas I think some people are just focused on, I have this item, I need to sell it. Oh, you want that protector? Yeah, I'm going to sell you the protector. Like, you want, a sticker? I'm going to sell you a sticker, because they're just trying to make that sale. They're not thinking like 5 to 10 years out, and they're not planning on having repeat customers.
Shipping stuff, for me, if nothing else too, it's an extra layer of protection that it doesn't get damaged to you. So if nothing else, it's a little more peace of mind to me too, that's why we have good ratings usually, unless that box gets crushed and there's nothing we can do about that. Like, I've seen Vince open, I think, one recently that was like really a box that was super crushed, and the pops were just, there was nothing
In protectors.
anyone could do about it. Yeah, it wouldn't have mattered. But for me, 60 cents. And anyways, too, for me, in storage of them too, I put them in there so they don't get more damage while they're shuffling around. I'm putting them in boxes or on shelves and things like that. I almost always, you'll see me sometimes sitting out there watching TV, going through a batch of things, putting them in protectors, putting them away, and then I have them ready, and I'll do my next order of $7 a box protectors, or get some protectors from Pop and Duo for my own stuff too, and those kind of things. Like, you're gonna go on there and find some of those, and bundles. I definitely love bundles. I usually order like 100 to 200 at a time for what we go through. Find coupons.
We're also collectors though too. You know what I mean?
I think that's what it is.
To us that way.
Yeah.
And we treat people the way we want to be treated. I mean, it's the golden rule, is it not?
I mean, it's just like, I mean, we could say a lot about, you're talking about the box of fun, and it's terrible starting to see people posting damage on stuff that could have been easily prevented, and they did a good job of it for the last one. So it's kind of weird that, like, those little things. But I mean, how much we pay for the NFT ones, we've always talked about that. Like, I would gladly pay for a protector. I would gladly pay whatever, $1 or $8 for a stack or whatever every time I have those shipped, just to add a protector on every one of them when they ship out.
So U2P says, I tried redeeming 2 different rewards at once and it wouldn't let me. You might not be able to stack rewards with the heavy metal box, but you'll definitely be able to use at least one of them. So whatever the better one is, if it's a coupon or your rewards points, definitely use the better one. So the other thing I wanted to address was, One Piece Collectibles says, you guys think HS3 is going to be announced tomorrow? I don't know what HS3 is.
I thought you were going to know what that is. I would love to know. HS3 sounds kind of cool.
Yeah, I must have missed the HS1 and 2, but it sounds pretty cool.
Yeah.
Randy says a business has expenses. People who have never owned one just have no clue the involvement it takes. I owned a pizza shop, and I know you can't sell anything at cost and continue to be in business. Yeah, 1000%. Every business has overhead costs. You have operating costs.
I'm sure Randy sold pizzas not in boxes. Probably just threw them at the people.
Exactly. Right? Oh, you wanted your pizza in a box?
In a box? That's an extra 60 cents, my friend.
Yeah.
Put your hands out, or you're not getting nothing.
Exactly.
And Halloween Series 3, you know what? NFT, I hope that they do that.
Oh, Halloween Series 3. Yes, that would be awesome.
When would that be?
Just got the pops in.
Back to the Future. So they dropped that, and then that'd be not this week, but next. It would be right in time for Halloween. So,
right in time, yeah.
Just when you're starting
next Halloween,
just when you're starting to mentally recover from NYCC, boom. That's when they get
didn't even get that. They did the Back to the Future, which killed my ability to buy more than I probably wanted to buy some more on that line. They probably would have sold out if they waited another 2 weeks on that one. But
yeah, I think the people that were into that got tapped out on it.
Yeah, I think they would have sold those extra 3,000 packs if they just waited 2 more weeks.
Yeah.
No. Kev says the beard is looking righteous. It's looking pretty good.
Yeah, thank you.
It looks great. I
work hard on this thing.
Yeah, exactly.
This gray beard took 45 years to build.
To mature. It's like fine wine, you know?
Very much so.
That's right. Then you can sell the premium armor pizza boxes for more. Absolutely.
See? We got a business venture going.
Yes.
The pizza boxes that keep your pizza warm till it gets there.
Yeah, exactly. Well, guys, we're coming up on the 2-hour mark. Lots of good topics covered tonight. Lots of good conversation. Vince, you want to kick us off? Let everybody know what's going on in the Pop and Duo world.
Tell you what, I do. You know that I do. It's my favorite time of the week, every week. Here we go. Okay. Well, I think we got stuff coming up. No, but in all seriousness, we did not do our auction on Tuesday because my eye was all jacked up still. It's still kind of jacked up right now. So I got these fancy glasses on. These lights are killing me right now. But we have our auction tomorrow night. I believe I did it at 7 p.m. It might say 6 p.m. right now. It's going to be 6 p.m. or 7 p.m. You guys are going to have to go bookmark it right now if you want to join us. Our top hit is a beautiful Disney Grail, $105. Boxes are going to start at $20. Join us tomorrow night on Whatnot. We will have a fun video where we open some great stuff from Norway on Saturday. And then we have amazing videos for next week. And that's all I have for right now that I can remember.
Very nice. Definitely be tuning in. I just went and bookmarked your show.
Thank you.
Yeah, were you on the same ship that it's 2 out of 3 with eyebrow.
Mine wasn't any kind of infection. I scratched the bejesus out of it. Let's just put it that way. Scratch cornea. It's fun. Try it sometime.
Josh is gonna have an eye patch next week. So
I had an eye patch on for a couple days. It was pretty awesome.
What's going on? Coming up, of course, today I did. If you want to see what I did get from my Back to the Future packs, you'll see some of that in today. I opened some on video and I opened some before video as well too. But I kind of show everything we got overall, and then also we got Soda Saturday coming up. Sunday we have a pop show again in Orlando. We're doing the Orlando Funko Pop show at the VFW on Goldenrod. So if you're in Central Florida area, cruise out there. I think it's like 10 to 3. 10 to 3, I think it is. So come out there, check it out. Usually about, it's a smaller show. So there's maybe like 20 vendors instead of like 50 vendors, at some of the bigger shows. So it's kind of nice. You're able to cruise around, look around pretty easily and go back to booths and find stuff and that. So we'll be having a bunch of things. So if you're here this Sunday, check that out. I posted some stuff about it, but I'll post more about it as we come up. And then Monday we have a video coming out for a bunch of stuff we got from the Funko sale. So more of the stuff. So Saturday will be more sodas we got from the Funko sale that we haven't opened yet. And then Monday will be some of the pops because I did them in 2 separate orders. So stuff didn't get crushed as well too.
Smart.
And then maybe we might. I think we got 2 of our boxes of fun in. So there'll probably be a video for next week as well too, or maybe I'll move around the other box and have that one first, but who knows. But right now we have those coming out, and then no auction next week because of the show on Sunday. I think I'll be spent with doing everything for a show and kind of pack up and move and unpack. But the great thing about that is I get to go through a lot of the pops, so you'll probably see a lot more stuff. And like I might post some stuff for sale, especially some bigger grails on our Instagram.
Yeah, Josh, you had a nice one today.
Yeah, I'm waiting to see who wants to hit on that. I've had that for a little while, and I love Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, but I don't collect the sets, trying to go after the grail, the big grail.
I might bring some cash down when I go south if nobody picks it up.
So yeah, it's a good one. And then I have a couple more that I'll be putting up there too. So some good stuff. So keep an eye out on some of the things that I've been posting on there. And then also we always post stuff in our like marketplace for whatnot and things like that. So always hit me up if you're interested in something that we got going on. And then yeah, that's pretty much what's coming up for us.
Very nice. So we are very busy. Obviously we're moving into a couple big events for ourselves as well. So I just want to say thank you once again. We've already received a great assortment of stuff for everybody that has sent over some stuff for Toys for Tots. We already have a bunch more messages that came in today saying that there's more boxes coming from people. So thank you to everybody who's sending something over. If you do want to send over an item, there is a post over on our Instagram page outlining all the instructions, outlining addresses, the deadline for the U.S. So we're the U.S. Reception center. For anybody looking to send stuff for the U.S. side, we also have a Canadian address as well. But our deadline is November 9th. So everything has to be in hand with us by November 9th. So we have 9 days to inventory it. And get it ready for the show on November 18th. If you guys in here, we're partnering with Funko News Canada, who's highlighted on the screen, as well as Tristan from Top Pops. And I am so flipping excited. We got to hang out with Tristan and his mom a ton at New York Comic Con. They are just one of the best families in the entire Funko community. So we're so excited to be working with them for this amazing event. Yes, Brian, we got your box today. So thank you, Brian. We truly appreciate that. Oh, you have a second box coming. Oh my gosh, that's incredibly generous of you. So truly appreciate you guys helping us. We have a goal set for that night, and I really want to hit that goal. I announced it, I think, on our stream the other night, but I'll announce it here as well. Our goal is $10,000 for raising, that much money for Toys for Tots that night. If we don't raise that much money, if we're getting towards the end of the night, we're running out of items. Joanna's going to check the tally, and however much money we're short, if we're short by like $500, we're short by $1,000. If we're short by like $5,000, I'm going to grab a Freddy from the back wall here to supplement whatever we need.
I will call it right now, John. You guys, I know the work that you guys are putting in and who's involved. You guys will do over 12. I'll guarantee you right now.
Over 12.
I'm not even exaggerating.
Joanna has a lot of anxiety.
Joanna, I don't even care what you say right now. This is going to be, seriously, this is going to be epic. You guys are going to do amazing. And I will guarantee you do over, because I know you will stay till every last, you weren't joking when it was a 12-hour stream.
No,
and
I'm not
Funko News Canada and Top Pops involved, you guys will do over 12, guaranteed. I will guarantee it.
So, question for you, John. Are you going to have anything buy it now for people that can't go that night?
Yeah, they're gonna.
We're going to have our pucks, or we're going to post our pucks. If anybody can't come that night, so we're not planning on, we do have several more expensive items, but we're just gonna run everything. I mean, if you can't come that night, there's a good chance that I'll still be live in the morning. So
I mean, yeah, come in the next 2 days.
yeah, yeah.
I
I mean, we have gotten in already. Like you, it doesn't even have to just be Funko items. Emily was kind enough. We got in a bunch of brand new sealed Lego sets today, as well as some minifigs. So we're going to be auctioning off every individual item. Like we're going to auction off every single individual fig. We're starting everything at $1. So, you know, if you donated something, like feel free to come over and see if you can grab something cool for your collection. Like you should be able to get a pretty good deal. Plus 100% of the money, Whatnot has already pledged. They're waiving the fees. So we are maximizing this.
Fees are waived too. John.
Fees are waived. Fees are waived.
The only thing we'll probably have in the buy it now is all of our pucks.
Yes. And for those of you guys who haven't seen the puck yet, this is our exclusive puck for November. Has all 3 of our logos. I'm going to make myself big for 2 seconds so everybody can see the puck. So it's got all 3 of our logos plus the Toys for Tots train. It's not the Toys for Tots train, but it's a Toys for Tots train that Joanna designed. And yeah, we have a limited number of these. So if you are a Patreon member at the $10 level or above, you will be getting one of these in your package, your Patreon package. But if not, then your only way to get one of these is that night during the auction. So
I think you need to change your auction to start at noon. I think you might want to start at noon so you have enough time to go noon the next day.
We'll see. If you guys can't donate, if you can't make the show, if you're not able to buy anything, the small task that I ask of you is to just go bookmark it. If you go bookmark it, and share it out if you can. Like that, it takes 10 seconds of your time. It doesn't cost you a thing, and it will greatly help us get pushed to the top of the auction tab that night for all the other streams. Not trying to outdo anybody or anything, but we just want to make sure that our stream is, you know, able to be seen and found.
John, you're okay to, you can outdo people that night. That's all right. Outdo everybody. It's for a great cause. This is the one time you're allowed to
right
outdo
now,
everyone.
You're at 330 bookmark. So
yeah, we're at 330 bookmarks.
Like 500 before the show. 500 before the show.
100% we will.
500.
They're gonna come on.
Yes, and we're having not just Tristan come on, not just Josh from Funko News Canada. We're having these 2 amazing gentlemen right here, Professor Josh and the Poppin' Duo. They're going to be coming on. We also have a whole lineup of amazing content creators and people from all throughout the Funko community. We're going to be having guests on all throughout the night. They're going to be doing giveaways. They're going to be promoting items. We're going to be talking about things going on with them. And it's going to be just an amazing experience just to watch. So I hope you don't even have to spend anything. Honestly, just come for the entertainment, because this is something that Joanna has put in countless hours of legwork into, and I'm excited. I'm beyond excited. It's going to be our best stream. I'm calling it best stream of the year.
It's a lot of work, and you guys are going to kill it.
Yeah. Thank you. I appreciate that, guys. And we're also going to be doing a full preview video. So about a week before the show, we're going to drag every single item into the studio, and I'm going to show you guys every pop, every soda, every Lego set, every custom item, every single thing that has been sent over. We've even gotten a few designer toys. Everything that we have going up for that night, I'm going to show off in a video so you guys can see potentially something that you may want to get for yourself, your collection, or maybe could make a good Christmas gift with Christmas right around the corner as well. So are you doing a Christmas food eating to that night? What does that mean? Christmas?
Are you going to eat Christmas food?
Yeah, I mean, of course. Yeah.
I feel like Joanna is a very good cook. So
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, it is going to be a crazy long video, but
chicken nuggets that night.
A lot of chicken.
I was going to say, why are you going to be busy doing something else?
Exactly. But seriously, thank you everybody for your support. Moving forward with us in the near future, we do have our dual video coming out on Saturday. Saturday night, we will be doing a pop auction because we've had a bunch of these collections in the house that we were not able to inventory until we got back from New York Comic Con. So we'll be doing a pop show Saturday night and Monday night. And then we got videos all next week. I have way too much content and not enough time to edit it. So a second New York Comic Con video, I will make sure will drop next week. I know some people have messaged us about it. It's coming. I want to do it right, and I want you guys to be able to see all the incredible items that we found specifically at the $7 a pop booth. So, all right, I just saw a bunch more people followed us on Whatnot, so thank you guys so much. Truly appreciate it. If you guys have not subscribed to these other two gentlemen here, please make sure to do so. We all drop regular content, and we truly appreciate the support. So, I think that's it. Anything else, guys?
That's it.
Well, glad to hear overall everybody's New York Comic Con experience was good. Looking forward to hearing about everybody's mail calls and unboxings and whatever you guys pull in the next few days. Definitely feel free to tag us. Let us know what you got, especially if you got anything cool. So with that being said, don't stop shooting until you score, and we'll see you guys very soon on multiple platforms.
Night, everyone.